and I work on behalf of the National Apprenticeship Service to ensure that students, parents and teachers understand about apprenticeships, what they are, where they fit into the current job market. And this is a short presentation about that job market, about the apprenticeship job market, and what students can do to maximise opportunities at the moment. Now, at the moment, we are in a pandemic, we are social distancing, we are in lockdown, and this is having an impact on the availability of jobs, but also on the application process of jobs. So I'm going to go through what young people may want to do in the current job market. Some employers are recruiting, and as I checked on the National Apprenticeship website today, there were about 7,000 opportunities on there. Now, that is less than it was last year and less than it was pre-COVID, but there are still companies recruiting. And in the current job market, there have been opportunities within agriculture, retail, distribution, health and social care, telecommunications, and even online services. So there have been some jobs advertised out there. But there are more temporary jobs, more contract work than previously. But even sometimes that can lead to permanent work. So our advice to young people is to be pretty flexible at this moment in time. So there's a demand from some sectors and not from others. So we won't see job advertisements for hairdressers or chefs at this moment in time because of the pandemic, but other opportunities are out there. And even if things are really quite scarce wherever you are, then even trying to do some voluntary work so that gets experience on your CV and potentially a reference for your CV does enhance prospects. So a difficult job market at this moment in time, but there are opportunities out there. Over the future, then we are expecting growth within certain sectors, and these a lot more labour market information on a website called futuregoals.co.uk, which is part of Leeds City Region. But the sectors where growth is anticipated over time are things like construction, buildings and infrastructure, so civil engineering as well as general construction. There is an anticipated growth in all green technologies, whether that is energy conservation, energy efficiency, carbon reduction, sustainability, things that support flood defences, those kinds of things to ensure that our carbon reduction is maintained. So that can be from planting trees right through to things like engineering, people that are working on particular types of energy where that reduces carbon. So lots of things within green technologies, definitely worth keeping an eye on. We're likely to see a growth in ICT and communications technology, all digital type arenas, and particularly within the pandemic, this has been enhanced, including the speed that 5G has gone out, and also quite a few innovations around ICT and how we communicate. Health and social care is always a sector requiring more staff, and that is likely to grow over time as well. Manufacturing and engineering in West Yorkshire are very buoyant industries, and a lot of our manufacturing does support things like the green technologies, organisations who are making things like wind turbine parts and things like that. So engineering, manufacturing, likely to grow. The creative and digital industries are doing well, and there's likely to see a growth in those as well. West Yorkshire is second only to London in terms of financial and business services, and those are anticipated to remain buoyant and potentially grow. Now, at the moment, the leisure-based industries is taking quite a lot of knocks, but once we are back into normality, then there is an anticipated growth within things like leisure, sports, fitness, health and beauty, as we all try to keep fitter and healthier. So those are the sectors that we are anticipating some growth in. So where to look? The government website Find an Apprenticeship and this government website Find a Job are a starting point to look for an apprenticeship. There is also a section called Vacancy Snapshot, which is on a website called www.amazingapprenticeships. And the vacancy section on that, the Vacancy Snapshot, gives you a snapshot of some of the companies that are likely to be recruiting, what they're saying about themselves, what are they likely to be recruiting to, and they've got some quite good hints and tips for applications, videos from apprentices there, and it tells you a rough time about how to apply. Some of the things on there are pre-COVID, so will need to be checked, but you can actually look at the individual employers' websites as well. Where else to look? General job websites, things like Indeed are a good place to start, and there are others out there. Specific websites, job sector websites. So if you wanted to work for the NHS, you would look at NHS jobs as a primary website. That if you wanted to work for West Yorkshire Police, you would keep an eye on a company website like West Yorkshire Police or Yorkshire Water or any other company website there. We do advise students to check out social media because a lot of companies give a lot of information on their social media platforms. We also advise students to look at creating their own account on a platform called LinkedIn, which is a little bit like Facebook for business, and can be a way of posting your CV, finding out what's going on in your local area across certain sectors. So a good platform there. Now, a lot of people get jobs through friends and family and people they know. So again, using contacts can be quite useful. This website here, Even Break, is a specifically good website for anyone with disabilities, and it does give lots of hints and tips on there. Now, where might you look in West Yorkshire? A good starting point for anyone looking at apprenticeships is the apprenticeship training providers. These are all bunched together in a directory on the website www.wylp.org.uk. So that is a good starting point. You may well have a local career service that offers a recruitment service, and those are the four main ones in West Yorkshire there. So have a look online there. You can also check out the National Career Service. Local authorities have got employment hubs, so if you want to have a look at your own local authority or neighbouring local authorities website and check out their employment hub, it is a good place to check out. So I've mentioned websites, social media, good places to look, company websites, and that LinkedIn account as well. So a few places to check out. The National Career Service is there. It covers the whole of the UK, and there's a telephone number and a website there. So if you don't have a careers advisor or access to a careers advisor, that is a national service where you can get access to a careers advisor. So that's just a little run through what the labour market is at the moment and how to sort of maybe navigate your way through it. But do remember that adverts are live, they go on, they go off, and be careful not to miss deadlines there. It is time consuming applying for jobs, so do keep a record of what you've applied for and the sort of journey of that application. Make it easy for yourself and register on websites, job boards, such as Indeed, such as the National Apprenticeship website so that you do not miss deadlines. Apply for several. Apply for several. Don't do rushed applications, but do apply for several. Companies are on their websites, get in touch with them, and make sure that you do ask questions about how they may well be recruiting. You can send a speculative CV out, and that does work quite well. So if you wanted to get that speculative CV sent out to any company out there. And do apply to the training providers as well, because they may well have companies, though, who are looking to recruit, or they may well be able to give you some support with those applications. Check out this website. It's Amazing Apprenticeships, and it's got lots of videos on. I've already spoken about it earlier, but there's lots and lots of hints and tips on there which will help when you are applying for applications. I hope you found this session quite interesting and useful. You can find out more about the National Apprenticeship by following us on social media. There are government websites, and there's also a telephone helpline as well. But thank you for listening.